Hi everybody, it's Diane. I'm here with a flip through of that glue book that went by very quickly. It was exactly a month. March to April, the same day. As fast as I ever filled up a journal, and that's because I wasn't supposed to be thinking in this one. Just for the record, I think that bulked up really well. If you kind of squish it, it's almost perfect, and if you don't squish it, it's not too bulky. It can fit on a shelf fine. I made this book myself, if anyone cares. If you missed this, it was just a place for me to, when I was limited on time, I was kind of stressed. I didn't feel like putting a lot of thought and effort into a bigger collage, a finished composition type piece. It was to don't think and do, slap it in, be freestyle, just because I want to, all of that stuff. Most of these titles came from viewers. Thank you very much. So that's what it is. I just slap stuff in. A lot of magazine in this. This is not, however. We have some fabric, old bingo number, a copy of a old paper doll outfit, more of the bingo book page. This is scrapbook paper. So it's just throwing stuff in. This is magazine. A lot of magazines, some scrapbook stuff back here. I left this scrapbook paper here over. I did not trim it off. A lot of magazines, part of an old letter. Scrapbook up there. So as you're looking at this, what do you think? Is it, it just looks like collage? Or no, it does look more open, free, different? It's cool to see me do something different. No, you don't like this because it's not so much a picture. Yeah, what are your impressions? I did go back and add to this a little bit, these two things, and I think this flower. They were kind of boring. I did that on camera. And when I started, my thought really was just like, literally like scraps sort of piled on top of each other. And that did not pan out. That did not work at all. I wound up doing this, and then I kind of thought this was all spread over the page. It wasn't what I wanted. Let's do more like a cluster effect with what this was. Then it was sort of like, Diane, you're thinking way too much. Just glue stuff down. So I did that for a while. And that is kind of how I continued. It's part of a seed packet, an old S&H green stamp book illustration, stamping on tissue paper, magazine. That's all magazine. Mostly magazine, some plaid stamps there. Some old mono print papers I made with magazine and a dictionary page there. These two pages are pretty cool. Well, I like hot pink anyway, but I don't know. They go together nicely. They're kind of interesting. That's cool. Most of this is just the page that was in the book. It's a proofreader's symbol explanation worksheet thing from a school workbook. This is wrapping paper. These are scrapbook, the rest. And that's really plain and simple. Well, this is too, really. But I don't know, I think it's cool. That's a faux stamp I made. And obviously I was going with kind of purples and blues and that here because of this background paper. Part of an old receipt. A lot of magazine there. Now this one is more like what I was thinking. Just a lot of kind of scrappy junk. And then maybe something to pull it together. And if it doesn't look great, that's okay. That was sort of the idea. I will say this book was very handy for when I didn't have a lot of time. I don't have tons of time to devote to art, unfortunately. But, you know, if you had, you know, the whatever has to cook for 10 minutes, I'd come back here for 10 minutes and just throw stuff in. That's why I filled it up so fast, too. So that was really cool for me, at any rate. These circles I added because, I don't know if you can tell, that was part of the paper. So I decided to, you know, carry it off, and then I just added more. This was negatives I punched for that glue book paint swatch thing, if anyone saw that. That's part of that left over. Now these are cool, but I would say they're a little more thought out looking. That's all magazine. This is handy too to just, you know, grab one magazine. That's what all this is. It's just one magazine. You don't have to have a ton of supplies or dig around. It's all magazine too. This stuff right here is part of the background paper. And actually, okay, look at that. Now look at that. Are we seeing a pattern develop here? I have like rectangular angle things and then some circle things. I did not do that intentionally, but apparently my brain thought that was a good idea. There's some scrapbook here, a silly sticker just because it fit, and this was just a scrap I had punched stuff out of and I glued it down. So since that fit in there, I put that there. Magazine. The doors there are scrapbook paper. We just did this probably in the video you just saw. I think that's all magazine. Yeah, it is. And then this one, that's also all magazine. It's that same proofreader paper. Now this one doesn't really have much on it, but I liked the background and I don't know, I just thought it was cool the way it is. And then lastly, that's all magazine too, although that's older, some old magazine I had. All right, well, all full, very cool. I did make another one, so I imagine I'll carry on with this theme. I don't know if I'll film it, but yeah, let me know what you think. You like this? Not so much? It's just different. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope you have a good day.